Okay, we are back with another video. We're talking about a celebrity today. Celebrity fragrances. DITA VON TEESE has just launched 3 new fragrances. We are going to talk about them, but just a quick glimpse of the bottles. Look at that. And look at that. And also, look at that. So Dahlia and I are here to break the 3 fragrances down. If you want to find out about them, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. It's Sebastian. That's Dahlia.
Hello.
Do you guys know who DITA VON TEESE is? Do you know?
I do.
She's a burlesque performer, dancer, entertainer.
She actually is many. She is, I believe, a fashion designer, a burlesque performer.
Okay.
She kind of brought this old Hollywood, helped bring this old Hollywood glamour burlesque aesthetic, maybe more mainstream. I don't know if it's actually mainstream.
She's a singer. I have one of her albums and also the remix album that goes along with it, created by or produced by Sebastian Tellier. And she's actually doing a Las Vegas show. But when I first heard about these fragrances, I was very excited because I knew that she had done fragrances before. Those fragrances came and went. Years passed. And these 3 fragrances were just announced some time ago, earlier. And I noticed that they were created by Alexandre Ilan, perfumer who I got to meet and who introduced me to the Rammstein fragrances. He's done most of the Rammstein fragrances, and so that's why I was excited about these fragrances.
You should tell the people what the Rammstein fragrances are in case they don't know.
Yeah, I've done some videos on Rammstein fragrances, guys. If you want to look up, just search Rammstein on my channel. They're very budget-friendly.
You don't know how to spell that.
Yeah, what? You want me to spell? You want me to spell Rammstein? Rammstein. They're pretty risque fragrances with some risque names, which Dahlia got to see just a little while ago. But yeah, if you guys want to find out about Rammstein, look them up on the channel. But today we're talking about the 3 fragrances from DITA VON TEESE. So we're going to start off first with a fragrance called VICTRESSE. What do you think about the bottles?
I think they're perfect for her. The tassel, the kind of feminine curve sort of suggestion. I think they're very on brand.
The other thing is this one seems very black to me, but then when you look at it, it's got green tones. So it's green. It's a very dark green bottle. But according to the perfumer Alexandre Ilan, the 3 fragrances were selected by DITA herself during smelling sessions. And then since the first evaluation started in October 2022. So these are 3 eau de parfum and niche quality for a celebrity, and they are fine glamour perfumes for all, it says. So VICTRESSE is a woody, spicy fragrance with warm, comforting base and some ambery facets, the most unisex of the trilogy. It's sandalwood, Alba, Guaiac wood, black pepper, rosewood, Olibanum, Bulgarian rose oil, Styrax, Cashmere wood, Ambergris, or in this case, Ambroxan. And the box is here as well.
Yeah, I definitely get the warm sandalwood, Guaiac wood, that cozy kind of warm woodsiness.
Yeah, this one, definitely you can smell the creamy sandalwood in here. And also the Ambroxan, adding that kind of a woody, wood shavings, musky, aquatic amber touch. It's a very dry fragrance, even though we've got the creaminess of the sandalwood. But there's spice in there, black pepper.
But it has that kind of like luxurious, warm, cozy shawl, sweater feeling.
Oh, I get that.
You get that?
Yeah. It's got an enveloping vibe, but in a cozy kind of woody way. Some light smokiness of incense runs throughout it. Maybe very faint rose. Do you get rose at all?
Maybe just the barest hint, but it isn't about that. It's about, there's just the littlest touch of smokiness. It's mostly about just these warm, cozy woods.
Warm woods.
Yeah, but not
the
wood.
boozy
not
kind you
wood.
drink.
Yeah, warm as
warm
in
woods.
cozy, warm.
Anyway,
nice.
Yeah, this is a really nice one. It's a very masculine one compared to the others, but VICTRESSE is the name of this one.
I'm gonna just say it. This isn't masculine to me, but I get them saying it's the most unisex. It is. It is not gendered at all to me. It is a warm. There's a lot of warmth from the woods. I don't get any kind of sense of gender.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Gender neutral. This is your favorite?
This is my favorite. I genuinely love this one. This is beautiful. Tell the people.
So this is VANITEESE. It is a floral powdery fragrance inspired by the scent of some makeup, dusting powders, and DITA's favorite Les Météorites beads from Guerlain. It has some vintage vibes like Après, and it features notes of Orris roots, divine iris, violet, powdery musks, heliotrope, mimosa, orange blossom, cashmere wood, vetiver, carnation, and divine iris is a Simrise captive molecule that smells like Orris roots and suede.
This is iris. This is beautiful, big. It's not like heavy like some irises. It has that. I mean, honestly, when we were talking about this beforehand and it said vintage vibes like Après, I judged. And I should not have judged because it does have that. I mean, maybe not.
You made a judge before smelling it.
I mean, have we met? But it is that kind of iris, and it has heliotrope and it has violet, and so all those powdery things. But it's not.
You are a heliotrope girl.
I am, but it's like, you know, the carnation is kind of retro, but I love that. A plus.
No, this is good. This is good. It does
this.
remind me of the Les Météorites. It does have a kind of Après kind of vibe. Very Guerlain vintage, but also very showgirl kind of makeup and powder and things like that.
I have Après, I wear it a lot, and this doesn't smell like Après. It just has a similar feel. It's like that kind of melancholic, moody kind of.
Okay.
Like, but it has just the littlest bit of booziness. Like maybe you started your day with champagne.
So there's bubbles?
Don't you kind of get a little bit of a...
There's bubbles.
Yeah.
Some fizziness.
But just like that sort of glamorous decadence of like, why not? And let me tell you, the glassware that this fantasy person would be using is vintage and wonderful. I really like this a lot.
So Dahlia likes VANITEESE. Yeah, I didn't notice the bubbles from wearing this one, but I do get it when you really focus on it. It's not strong, but there's a sparkling effervescence coming through.
Very creamy, soft.
Now, would you consider this feminine?
I think because a lot of makeup has this powdery kind of scent, maybe, but I know a lot of men who wear iris and orris, so I think it's very clean.
I love iris.
Yeah.
I've become more obsessed with it ever since Dior Homme Parfum.
It is more feminine than, what was the last one called? VICTRESSE.
VICTRESSE, yeah.
But it is, I love this.
Okay.
Really a lot.
Wow.
Heliotrope, carnation, violet. I mean, the way to my heart.
Cool. We have a winner here.
I really like this one.
And then last but not least, the third fragrance from DITA VON TEESE is Vedette. This one right here. Probably the most feminine? No, I think the previous one is the most feminine, but this one is more about rose and kind of a chypre-like vibe. It says that DITA wanted a floral bouquet like a faceted soliflor inspired by an English rose in a romantic, dewy garden. It is quite musky and soft and ambery too. So it features rose infusion, Turkish rose absolute, geranium, rosa, pink pepper, peony, sandalwood, velvet, amber, velvet musks, ambergris, heather blossom. What do you think?
I get more peony than rose, actually. It is very soft. It's very delicate. In that way, the delicateness is the most feminine, if that's your association with the word feminine. I think VANITEESE, the iris one, could be... It's got enough sort of like weight to it that a person's skin chemistry would determine whether it was masculine or feminine. But this Vedette is, like she said, like a soliflor. It is a delicate floral...
It's a very spicy rose to me, and I feel like even though Dahlia says it's she gets more peony, I think the peony adds more rosiness to the rose. I'm getting rose, but maybe she gets peony. It's very spicy. It's got lots of spice here, and that's giving me kind of like a Portrait of a Lady vibe a bit. But the rose is totally different than Portrait of a Lady. Yeah. There's much more jamminess here compared to Portrait of a Lady being very dry.
The word I go back to with this one is delicate.
Interesting.
It's jammy, but when I say jammy rose, I'm generally describing like a heavy, sweet, dense rose. This has a jammy quality, but it is a lighter, delicate, peony rose.
Interesting. Well, I do agree. Peonies are delicate. I'm not getting the delicate quality of this one. I feel like it's in your face rose, but everybody experiences fragrances different. It's a very peppery rose to me. No patchouli mentioned. The geranium also contributes to the rose, so it adds a kind of a greenish, kind of a herbal, aromatic green stemmy vibe, but I think it's gorgeous.
It's really pretty.
My favorite is Vedette.
Which one is your favorite?
Vedette, the rose, the last one we just did.
My favorite is the iris.
But followed by VANITEESE is my second favorite, and then of course the VICTRESSE is my third favorite. Although they're all really nice, definitely quality, niche quality for celebrity fragrances, I guess. And I see the similarities between the Rammstein fragrances, which I've spoken quite a bit about, and these fragrances, especially since they're done by the same perfumer. The only thing is, these are not selling in the USA yet, unfortunately. Hopefully they will be sold soon. They are selling in Europe. The perfumer is from Symrise, and he's based out of Germany, I believe.
These scents totally work with that burlesque aesthetic and that kind of overlap between burlesque and like industrial music. I feel like this works. They're a throwback, but they're not too oldie worldy. Nice,
very
sort
burlesque, for sure.
Yeah, I've said on brand, I think 16 times. I'm going to say it again. The bottle design, the scents, it's very on brand, and I didn't expect to like them this much.
No. Yeah, they're definitely very DITA VON TEESE, I think.
Well, I mean, I don't know her personally,
yeah,
but
I don't either.
On brand.
But maybe we'll go see her show in Vegas.
You know,
we should go.
I saw a clip online. It looks wild.
It looks good.
So,
anyway,
thanks.
Well, yeah. Guys, thanks so much for watching today's video on DITA VON TEESE's latest 3 fragrances. Let us know what you think about them. Have you gotten your nose on them? Those of you that are in Europe, have you been curious to buy them? And those of you that are in the USA, let's hope they start selling here very soon. Other than that, I think that's it. Thanks so much for coming by. If you want to follow her, you can find her on Instagram at The Perfumed Dahlia. You can follow me on here, of course, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at The Perfume Guy. Thanks so much for watching. Please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and I already said that, but follow us as many places as you can. We'll be back with more videos soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Guys, I have perfumer Alexandre Ilan here from Symrise. He created the new DITA VON TEESE fragrances, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the creations. But Alexandre, thanks so much for getting on camera with me. Tell me a little bit about you before we start talking about the DITA VON TEESE fragrances that you just created.
It's a pleasure to share my experience and my knowledge with you. So I'm French perfumer. I'm living in Germany, and I'm working for a company called Symrise. I'm working as well on plenty of different projects, and sometimes I can work on funny projects like the one from DITA, which is a special customer for me. And I'm always working as well on new projects for internal projects for my company as well. So I met you last year at the World Perfumery Congress, and you told me that you had created the Rammstein fragrances. How did you go about working on those fragrances? Well, working for Rammstein is really different because it's working for a band with a very strong DNA, a very strong character, and we have to adapt every fragrances that we develop to their DNA. Everything has to be really close to their image and matching their lyrics, their image, and their songs as well. So that's why every time there's a perfume coming out, it has to blend with one of their songs or one of their lyrics or one of their stuff on stage. So it has to be very close to their DNA. Okay. And how many have you created for them? I don't count anymore. I think it's like around 18, 20. Geez, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's really a lot. Yeah. Is that a fun experience for you? It is, because sometimes I don't have a really specific brief, and I don't have something to say, okay, I want something woody, ambery, or oud, or fruity. Sometimes they tell me, okay, you have to be in this direction of this song, for example. I had to work on Rosewood and Zeman. They are songs from the band, and I really had like 3 directions. So I said to them, okay, I'm going to offer you some stuff, and you can tell me if you like it, if you think it's really blending with the project. And sometimes it works, sometimes I have to rework.
I see. Sounds fun though.
It is
So
pretty fun.
yeah. So how did you end up working with DITA VON TEESE then? These are new collaborations you did, 3 fragrances. How did that come about?
Yeah, actually, it was because we know someone in common. So I was introduced to her in spring 22 when she came to Europe to make a tour, like the Glamonatrix tour. And we discussed about fragrances, fashion, everything that she likes and everything that she's representing, like very glamorous, very elegant, very diva. And we decided, okay, let's try to make one perfume. And after that, we decided, why making only one when we can make 3? So we end up with these three beauties. With all of them have different characteristics to please all kind of fans that she has all around the world.
Cool. So were the fragrances her own ideas, or did you collaborate in coming up with ideas? Like she gave you briefs, I'm assuming, and they were her original ideas, or did you collaborate in some way?
First, we came with some ideas, like very different directions, like something woody, something floral, something spicy, something ambery. But from the beginning, she said, oh, I don't want something sweet. So from that, we went directly to something very powdery, something very feminine, very rosy, very glamorous. And she said as well, she wanted something quite woody, ambery, a bit mystical and a bit mysterious. So we end up with this one, like VICTRESSE, which is the non-floral fragrance, is really woody, spicy, ambery. And then she gave us as well some directions for this one. For example, she wanted something very rosy that smells like an English garden, English rose. So something as well very soft, very easy, very simple, but not so simple, quite complex, actually. And for the last one, the VANITEESE, she wanted something that's not like powder, face powder and makeup. So everything was based exactly on what she wanted to have as a fragrance.
I see. Then did you enjoy the working process with DITA? It was fun, or was it challenging?
No, it was easy. I mean, she knew what she wanted and she expressed it very smoothly, and so we managed to have the same language at the end because she's very passionate about fragrances. So it was easy to know what she wanted and to offer her some fragrances.
Okay.
So it was easy.
So okay, sounds like it would be easy to work with her. Huh? And
she's lovely, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like your other client, Rammstein, might be a bit more challenging.
It's like it's going from other directions. So now we have this glamorous, very elegant, and then sometimes you have to go to completely other direction and be trashy. But why not? Perfume, it has to express on its own. So I'm happy with that.
Okay. So with VICTRESSE, did you come up with the idea to make it unisex? Because the other 2 fragrances do lean feminine, with VANITEESE being the most feminine out of the 3, I think, personally. But this is the most unisex, masculine leaning offering in the collection. So was it originally the idea to create it masculine leaning, or was it just the brief, basically?
No, it was not really decided as such. The only stuff is that she wanted something that smells non-floral, and this one came by itself because it's really non-floral compared to the other ones. So it was, maybe targeting a more masculine audience because the other ones are very feminine and elegant and discreet and powdery and floral. And maybe this time some guys didn't want to wear like rose or powdery lipstick. So that's why this one is the best alternative.
Okay. So with Vedette, how is it working on this fragrance? I think her idea was to create a rose garden, or an English rose garden or something like that you mentioned. So
she told me, oh, I would like to have this kind of very delicate petally rose that smells very clean, very easy, and as well very easy to wear and very diffusive. So we work on a very light accord of rose with essential oils. Rose essential oil inside. We have like a very nice base, which is very ambery and very sophisticated with musk. So it's very diffusive. It's very close to skin, but it's very diffusive and very easy to wear. And plenty of people get compliments about this one.
Okay. And finally, the VICTRESSE. Was it the idea to make this a powdery fragrance all along?
Yeah.
You mentioned the Météorites and the Guerlain fragrances.
Yes, she loved the beads from Guerlain, from Météorites, you know, these powdery beads that you can make makeup with and powder your face. So they have this very soft, powdery, violety Orris accord. So we work on this accord. But this one I had to rework it a little bit because she said, oh, it's maybe too dry or not too comfortable. And at the end, we finalized this one, and with very, very nice performance as well on skin. It's very interesting to smell how the public is reacting to this fragrance. It seems that this one is very, very appreciated.
Yeah, I can see. I saw it featured in Fragrantica's best of fragrances.
Yeah, it's a good surprise. It's very nice. And I really like it. I think it's really different. It's okay, it's another Orris on the market, but it has this special symbolizing ingredient inside that makes the difference.
So once the fragrances were finished, do you help with the bottles as well, or is that something that she does on her own? Because the bottles are beautiful, by the way.
Yeah, the concept of creating these bottles started already when we met in LA last year. So they had like different possibilities, and she selected one because it seems to be the most close to her universe. You know, very powdery, very girly with this
tassels,
kind of decoration. Yeah, it's very her, and every time you see her, you know, it's a glamorous shape. It's romantic. It's delicate. So it was perfect for her. And the names, she decided for the names.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the names. So those are the names she came up with, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
She wanted to make a play on word with her name, like VANITEESE, for example, and so that was her choice.
Okay, so she pretty much took over. You just created the perfumes.
I'm just creating what's inside. Yes, the rest. I mean, I had sometimes some input to give or to receive, but yeah, most of the time she was the boss. She's the boss.
Okay, cool. So you mentioned these are not selling in the States yet. Do we have any idea of when they're going to come to the States? Because you said they're already selling in the EU, correct?
Yes, they are already in Europe since end of October, I think. I don't know exactly what's the strategy for the USA, but it should be arriving maybe first part of next year. I hope so.
All right. And what's the price point on them? Do you have the prices in Europe?
In Europe, for the big bottle, which is 100 ml of eau de parfum, it's around 50 euros, I guess.
Oh, that's a good price.
It's a very good
price.
Because, yes, the concept was to offer a very nice quality of fine perfumery to everybody. Wow. So you don't have to pay. A value is not the price on the bottle.
Wow, that's like a piece of art right there for that price point. Yeah,
everything. It's a nice combination of everything between, of course, the fragrance, the name, the bottle, the design of the packaging, and the name of DITA on it. So it's a nice mixture.
Cool. And you came to Las Vegas. She has a show there.
Yes, we came to visit her. Amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. You sit in the room and you're just like, wow. From the beginning to the end, you're like, wow, I want to see it again. But she's there until April, I guess. So, yeah.
I'm going to try and go see her.
I suggest it's amazing. It's really nice. Yeah. And if you have the chance,
the music was
backstage.
Oh, okay. And the music is good too?
The music is good too. There is some moment which is like, you know, everything is very like burlesque. And then there is this kind of, how can I say that? A bit fetish moment, which is like very amazing because it's creating a very like a tsunami of images and emotion in the room. It's really, really good. It's really inspiring. It's full of inspiration. Cool. You come back from there and you're like, wow, what's next? I want to do something more. Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Do you have any last things you want to say about these fragrances?
No, I just hope that everybody will love it. We love them as much as I love to create them. It was really fun, very easy, very motivating, very passionate, and very inspiring because she's very inspiring. So as soon as you see her, you talk to her, you feel like, wow, I want to work with her because she's just great.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Yeah. Happy holidays.
Thank you. To see you very soon. Maybe, I don't know, in next month, maybe, or yeah, I guess we're gonna meet in Milan next year.
Okay, cool.
So
Thank
enjoy
you.
holidays as well. Enjoy Japan, and you have to give me some inputs about that because I would like to go as well.
All right. Okay.